Today, in the media conference with Lal Goel, which is brought to you by V4 News, Karu News, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News Gaon Se, Samvad Sarokar News, Bharat Post News, Gyan, Organ Donation India Foundation, and Indo-Gulf Management Association. Our endeavor is to enlighten you every day with a new topic. And today's topic is not only new, but it's very, very relevant. The topic is importance of internship. But before I will go on the main topic, I would like to inform you that today the country is celebrating Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Jayanti. Today is the 392nd birth anniversary of the great warrior king Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the founder of the Maratha Empire. The birth anniversary of Shivaji is celebrated largely in Maharashtra as Shiv Jayanti. The founder of the Maratha kingdom, Shivaji, born in Pune's Shivneri fort on this day in 1630. Shivaji Bhosle, also referred to as Chhatrapati Shivaji, was an Indian ruler and a member of the Bhosle Maratha clan. Shivaji carved out an enclave from the declining Adil Shahi Sultanate of Bijapur that formed the genesis of the Maratha Empire. In 1674, he was formally crowned as the Chhatrapati of his realm at Raigad. Shivaji established a competent and progressive civil rule with well-structured administrative organizations. He revived ancient Hindu political traditions, court conventions, and promoted the usage of Marathi and Sanskrit languages, replacing Persian in court and administration. Shivaji is known for his liberal and tolerant religious policies. While Hindus were relieved to practice their religion freely under a Hindu ruler, Shivaji not only allowed Muslims to practice without harassment, but supported their ministry with endowments. Media conference with Lal Goel wishes you all on this auspicious occasion. Now coming on the main topic, that is importance of internship. An internship is a period of work experience offered by an organization for a limited period of time. Once confined to medical graduates, internship is used practice for a wide range of placements in business, non-profit organizations, and government agencies. They are typically undertaken by students and graduates looking to gain relevant skills and experience in a particular field. Employers benefit from these placements because they often recruit employees from their best interns who have known capabilities, thus saving time and money in the long run. Internships are usually arranged by third-party organizations that recruit interns on behalf of the industry groups. Rules vary from country to country about when interns should be regarded as employees. Internships for professional careers are similar in some ways. Similar to internships, apprenticeships transition students from vocational school into the workforce. The lack of standardization and oversight leaves the term internship open to broad interpretation. Interns may be high school students, college and university students, or postgraduate adults. These positions may be paid or unpaid and are temporary. Many large corporations, particularly investment banks, have insights programs that serve as a pre-internship event, numbering a day to a week, either in a person or virtually. Typically, an internship consists of an exchange of services for experience between the intern and the organization. Internships are used to determine whether the intern still has an interest in that field after the real life experience. In addition, an internship can be used to build a professional network that can assist with letters of recommendation or lead to future employment opportunities. The benefit of bringing an intern into full-time employment is that they are already familiar with the company, therefore needing little to no training. Internships provide current college students with the ability to participate in a field of their choice, to receive hands-on learning about a particular future career, preparing them for the full-time work following graduation. Just having a good degree is no longer enough to secure that all-important graduate job offer in today's world. Pertinent work experience is now just as valuable as your degree and exam results when it comes to building a successful career. As a result, internships have become an essential way to help candidates make themselves stand out. The importance of an internship has been shown in several recent surveys. According to NACE class of 2019 student survey, I quote, more than half of all graduating seniors who applied for the full-time job, 53.2 received at least one job offer. Within this group, 57.5% of students who had an internship and 43.7% of graduating seniors who did not have an internship received a job offer, unquote. By partaking in an internship, you will be able to gain real life exposure, grow your knowledge, and determine if you are in the right career field. Internships not only provide you with the first-hand experience in the real working world, but also enable you to understand the career trajectory for your desired job title. You can learn how to apply the knowledge you have acquired during an internship to your future workplaces. In addition to this, it is an excellent learning curve for young graduates and students while meeting new people and making connections in the professional world. Internships gives you a platform to establish critical networking connections. Networking is the exchange of information between individuals to form acquaintances and relationships to further their professional career. An internship is an experiential learning opportunity that offers an invaluable chance for students to network and build crucial professional connections before they even graduate. For some students, it is a stepping stone to bonus opportunities within the same organization, including a full-time job. The more people you may meet in the professional world with the same interest, the higher your chances to grow as a professional. You will get to know how these people work, what strategies they use to tackle a difficult situation, and how they get the job done. Different people have different skills. Meeting them and watching them work will help you understand how to work with different people and in various work environments. You can use their strategies and reinvent them for your circumstances. Internships allow you to learn more about yourself. You may start as an intern in a specific field, but the more you explore it, the more you will discover about it. Every industry has its pros and cons. Working in a real-world environment will help you understand the depths of your field and will help you determine whether it is a career you wish to pursue in the future. An internship will help you learn about your capabilities and ultimately encourage you to have a greater understanding of your strengths and weaknesses. It can be a challenging experience at times. Still, the benefits you gain from being pushed out of your comfort zone will help you tremendously in the future when you are presented with a difficult task or situation. Internships equip you with more than just technical skills. When you are working as a professional for an organization, business and technical knowledge are not the only things that the industry demands. You need people skills as well, because no matter how good you are, you won't stand a chance of succeeding in any profession unless you develop a collaborative work ethic and learn to be a team player. On top of that, you need to know how to work under pressure and why deadlines matter. An internship gives you exposure to the challenges of a work environment, and having experience of these situations will be useful to talk about in future interviews and show employers that you will be a good fit for their company. Internships allow you to gain a competitive edge. Everyone knows that the job market is competitive, especially in the current climate. There may be hundreds of other candidates applying for the same role as you. As a result, you need a way to help give you a competitive edge and make yourself stand out. Internships can provide you with experience and the skills to help make employers notice you, and as well as showing them that you would be a good fit for their company. It also shows that you are someone who has the drive and passion and has been motivated to acquire experience outside of just university. There is plenty of research supporting the decisive role that interning at an organization plays in a student's life. According to the State of Millennial Hiring Report, US graduates who complete more than 3 internships are more likely to secure a full-time job. More and more institutions are emphasizing that students graduate with experience and also understanding the importance of an internship. According to the same report, 81.1% of graduates
say that working as an intern has helped them significantly improve their career prospects. In the UK, certain trusts 2018 report showed, I quote, completing an internship was associated with higher salaries for both middle and working class students, unquote. These students also show the importance of an internship in today's environment. Going forward, there will be a lot more remote career opportunities opening up, and it could be a viable alternative to working from an office. It is worth considering in your career plan. If a remote internship is not for you, don't worry. There are still other ways you can make the most out of this time. You can perhaps learn new skills like programming or volunteer with a local charity. The worst thing you can do now is to do nothing and expect something to happen. To sum up, internships play a crucial role in shaping one's career. It not only helps undergraduates and graduates gain real exposures to working environments, but also helps them develop the necessary skills required to stand out in a saturated job market. And to discuss this very, very important topic today, which is very, very relevant for the youth who are just going to qualify or who are still studying and who are looking for a good job, a satisfied job, and a very clean job. For them, this topic, today's topic is very important. The topic is importance of internship. And I would like to invite my first panelist guest, and he is Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran. Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran is the former visiting professor, IIM Lucknow and University of Texas at Dallas, USA. He is the senior director of Don Bosco Group, Bengaluru. He is the founder of Dr. Sharan Consultancy, California, USA. He is the director of Eldo Private Limited, New Delhi. He has done his MBA from IIM Ahmedabad in 1980. He did PhD in 1986. He started teaching and researching business and entrepreneurship since 1984. He published research papers in reputed journals, international seminar proceedings, and chapters in books of readings. He started academic administration phase as dean in 1997, rising to executive director, controlling management and engineering institutes in 2007. Her Highness, Governor of Karnataka, nominated Dr. Sharan to the Senate of Bangalore University in recognition of his distinguished academic contributions. He was visiting professor to the University of Texas at Dallas from 2012 to 2019. He also visited Washington State University and President University, Indonesia, on the invitation of the Dean Faculty of Business in 2018. He innovated and implemented a unique model to double the turnover with existing infrastructure in one accounting year. He is co-promoter of Institute of Family Business Management Society. He is honorary director of NCR Delhi-based high-tech B2B digital startup. He is also co-founder of OWGI Foundation, which promotes social entrepreneurship ventures. Welcome, Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran on our show. Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, today's topic is importance of internship. And we would like to know from you, because you are having such a vast experience and knowledge, definitely your views will be beneficial, very much beneficial for the youth who are going to join soon the internship or who are just thinking whether to join or not. So, importance of internship, Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, please.
Thank you, Mr. Goel, for the golden opportunity. The topic is eternally important, not only temporarily or temporarily important. We'll discover why that is so. Since time is finite and limited, I'll limit my conversation with you on the theme on 3 areas. First, what is internship? Second, why is it important? And third, what is the importance? Only 3 things I'll be able to cover in the limited time that we have. What is internship? Why it is important? And what is the salient importance? You did a beautiful job in your introductory remark to frame the issue. It was exhaustive and it makes my job doable in the limited time that I have. But for an introduction, I would have definitely taken twice or thrice as much time to convey the same content. So thank you for the beautiful introduction. What is internship is best understood by looking at what types are there and what duration is there. If I look at the type, the two types of internships are unpaid internship or paid internship. Whether it is undergraduate business internship or postgraduate business internship, both fall in these categories. Some are unpaid, some are paid. The reason the paid ones are there is because in the point number 2, what is internship? Why is internship important? To keep matters simple, if an organization planned very well in advance, at least 1 year in advance, as was the case in my own MBA internship, the host organization's top man, chief marketing officer in our today's language, that time the position was called general manager sales. He had been working for 1 year before he took myself and 3 others as intern. So since he has done that much of work, he has very concise contribution from the interns expected. So first 10 days, he grooms us how to be ready to deliver what he wants. And then rest of the time, we are doing what we are expected to do independently according to our own merit and comprehension. This made it possible for the company to pay me and pay me handsomely. I am proud to tell you that that was the highest paid internship in IIM Ahmedabad in the year 1979, which I was fortunate enough to get. So this is the type of internship, which is paid internship. Others are unpaid. Multiple reasons can be there. It has not got to do much with the intern, more with the organization which is offering the internship. If they haven't done prior homework, obviously they are not in a position to make contribution of the intern valuable enough to justify financial compensation. Some internships are between the two ends of paid and unpaid. Suppose business development or sales role is involved, then the company does not pay you a stipend or any other form of compensation. They simply say that all the out-of-pocket expenses in traveling, staying, and hosting the clients, these will be defrayed by the host organization. So this helps you understand the variants of different types of internship which exist in the world out there. I will, of course, insist that you must have very good faculty mentors as a student in BBA or MBA or any variant of these programs from out of the faculty at your home, because they are your lifeline in 2 aspects. They will connect you to the organization where paid internship and valuable internship opportunities exist. Please find those faculty who have that kind of network and please keep them in good books, stay in their good books. The second advice which I like to give you is this, that these are the people, when you get the assignment, will tell you what conceptual models, theories, subjects that you have learned are relevant for you, because if it is the most desirable, highest paid internship in IIM Ahmedabad, out of 175 students, at least 1/3 of the class is going to vie for it. How will you compete among those students? Because there are only 3 or 4 internship opportunities in the organization, and more than 50 students are going to compete for this one. It is very tough call. So the faculty mentor will give you your USP, unique selling proposition, the qualities which will make you compete and get that. I'm talking from experience, and experience of more than 43 years. 79 February, I was interviewed by the hiring company. This was the #1 marketing company in India, multinational, American multinational. So this is about first part of what is internship. The second way to distinguish internship is by duration. Type we have discussed. Now duration. Duration is minimum 6 to 8 weeks and maximum the whole semester. This is the duration. So you can have a short 6-8 week internship, or you can have a medium term internship. There are some organizations which after my MBA days have come up with a still longer one. Here in Bangalore, there is an institution which gives you 1 year long paid internship after first year of education. Then they call you back and ask you to make a presentation in front of a examination panel. And if you do it, that is considered as your completion of the second year curriculum, and you become eligible for the degree. So this is about this one. Now, why is it important? Visualize yourself as a boat in the river or in the ocean. What will happen if you are not moving your engine in a particular direction? Then you will not reach your destination. But mark my words, even if we are having a compass and an engine is driving you in your desired direction, waves will be there. If a strong waves are there or medium strength waves are there, then chances are they'll keep on deflecting you from the course and you'll have to keep coming back on course. So therefore, what is important? Once in a while, you'll have to rest your engine. While you are resting your engine, what will you do? You will anchor the boat. If you don't anchor the boat, then God bless you. You can even face catastrophe like drowning, capsizing of the boat. So internship is one which takes your conceptual knowledge gained during the program with the help of your mother institution and their competent professors and others, and then learn to apply it to the world of practice. The theory is anchored, so to speak, and then you become a stable professional. That is how critical internship is. Without it, take my word for it, I will be much less of value to the employers than I was with my internship. Now, the third is, what is its importance? The first importance is, and Mr. Goel very beautifully in detail elaborated this one. You become desirable to the organization by showcasing your performance during that window of internship. It is like two boys and girl get together, they get to know each other, and they find they have so much common. It is possible to have romantic relationship. Romantic relationship in the clean sense. They want now to consider each other as life partners, so to speak. So what will they do? They will want to have a courtship in which they explore each other's personalities, the whole person, and see the compatibility. Internship is like that courtship where the potential recruiter and the potential applicant come together and they get a chance to showcase it in real setting by making value. And, to conclude, what I will say is, not everybody is as fortunate as some of the classmates. Don't rue over that fact. God has designed for each one of you something special. But at the same time, never be passive. This is one concluding remark which I'll make. I was extremely active, Mr. Goel, in seeking the kind of internship which I had, in seeking the faculties, 3 of them who will mentor me. And that made me sure that my internship became the highest value any MBA in any institution in the world, Harvard, Columbia, Ivy League, or Ahmedabad, anyone could aspire for. That is what your hard work, intelligent strategy for internship can bring it. What I will tell you is the title of the program which I was given was called Rural Penetration Program. Rural Penetration Program was meant because within a year, company had to double its growth rate. A very famous gentleman who writes Times of India column every second fortnight was the head of the company sitting in Singapore. To Indian head, he gave this target. We are not happy growing at 6 to 7% every year. I want 13% growth rate. Those of you who understand the answer of matrix of growth, existing product, existing market, new product, new market, 4 cells are there. You understand it is the first cell where they have to get that 13%. Because in 1 year, you cannot develop new product. It takes minimum 3 years. Okay. And you cannot develop a new market in 1 year. It takes 5 years. So if 1 year is the time given by your boss to have your sales doubled, what will you do? You will only have penetration of the market available. And where will you penetrate? The good company had saturated all the urban market. So where does it go? It goes to rural market. And he had a set of assumption. My specific assignment and 3 other of my competitors was, how shall we make sure a viable strategy which our sales team will practice all over the country is built in this summer internship. That's why it was highest paid. And when I went, I decided my own. Other 3 classmates did something else. And the report which I presented was a blueprint which you give to your regional sales manager, which he will give to his sales supervisors, which he will give to the field sales officers, and they will achieve the target I had predicted. I am very proud to tell you, for 2 districts of Bihar, I had given the calculations. And when they implemented it, they were amazed. They were amazed that my predictions were so close and the blueprint worked in those 2 places. As a result of it, now my final point is, what is its importance? The company in 79, even though they were not a concept of pre-placement offer, PPO, we call it in today's modern language. This has come in 2000 onwards. Earlier, it was not there. The companies, my boss sent me a message that, Sudhir, when you complete your second year, just drop me a word, which was a hint that I have a job with that company. So this is my contribution to the today's discussion. What is the importance of internship? Hope it was useful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, for giving a very, I must say, the clear understanding about the importance of the internship. And Professor Saran, by giving his own example, explain why the internship is very important and why it is also important to get good placement in a good internship in a good company and to be for the paid. And he also mentioned that for that, you must see to it that the mentors or the professors of your own college, wherever you are, you must take full advice from them, give them your feedback so they know that what is your capabilities, and then they will try to push you to a proper company which will suit them and for you also. So thank you very much, Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran. I must confess today that Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran accepted my invitation at about 9:45 a.m. today only in the morning. I said I am in difficulty because Professor Dr. Mohanlal Agrawal messaged me in the late night, somewhere as 12:15 or so in the night, and he said he's having some very urgent emergency, so he will not be able to join.
And I was in a fix how to do, because after all these topics, everyone cannot speak. It's a specialized thing. So because I am interacting with Professor Dr. Sudhir almost every week or twice a week, we are organizing programs, and I know his capabilities, his ability. So I was waiting that when he will wake up, because today is a weekend. And as soon as I saw he's online, I immediately called him, and he immediately accepted without saying anything. He says, okay, I will be there. I will. And so thank you very much. Although we say it's a wild card entry, but you proved to be a goal scorer today. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite my next chief guest of today's program, and she is Miss Jarina Reha Kennedy. Miss Jarina is the general manager of Jump Consult at Ras Al Khaimah, UAE. Jump Consult is an HR consultancy for capacity building, especially women lead initiatives. Miss Jarina is also a professor at BIT University of Stirling and SQA. She has written papers on work-life balance and teaching in the time of COVID. She is an MBA, a certified CBT coach, and a Yogacharya. Welcome, Miss Jarina Reha Kennedy on our show. Miss Kennedy, you have heard Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran and a small introduction. I have to increase my introduction today because I was not sure that who is going to join at the last moment. So I have stretched my introduction so that I can have some time because the time frame has to be changed. The structure was such. Anyway, you have heard both of us. Now we would like to know your views, because you are you are the proprietor of Jump Consultant. You were termed as a general manager. So basically, you know, and you are also a professor at BIT. We would like to know your views on importance of internship. Miss Jarina Reha Kennedy, please.
First of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm honored to be here. Coming in to speak after Professor Goel and Mr. Professor Saran is like coming into bat after such a
Can I just say one thing? I am not a professor till now. Thank you. Please go ahead.
You could have fooled me, sir.
Please go ahead.
So coming in to speak after the two of you is like coming into bat after Sachin Tendulkar, but I'll do my best. Internships are extremely important. We know that. I'm going to talk about internships from three perspectives. One is from the perspective of an employer. The second is from the perspective of an employee. And the third is from the perspective of employment in general. So first of all, I know we've been over this, but what is an internship? So an internship is a professional learning experience that offers candidates the opportunity to define their learning objectives and their career objectives with practical skills, right? So a practical experience that actually helps you in your future employment, and of course to coming back to an institution to apply your understanding and your knowledge. Now, lots of internships happen. There's a lot of murky misunderstanding on internships also. So what is a good internship? Okay, and that's a two-way responsibility. A good internship will have no more than 25% clerical work. So the organization hiring a student doesn't just hire the student to do the donkey work. Okay, they have only 25% clerical work. They have a clear job description. They have clear learning outcomes that are required, clear targets for the student who is joining to accomplish. So it is from both sides a very useful, practical, prolonged interview. Okay. Now that's very important also is, of course, to constantly have feedback from the organization itself. Just one more thing on having clarity on internships. You have, of course, an internship, which I've already described to you. And then I think Professor Sharan talked about this just a little bit. There is something like a co-op. Okay, so that is like a very long internship where students have to alternate within a semester between full-time employment in an organization and correlate that into full-time academic experience. Okay, so that's called a co-op. And of course, there's the last kind of internship, which is very research based, very research heavy. And those are, of course, research internships for mostly media houses, marketing organizations, or biotechnology. These are the fields that require a lot of internship, but it's not so much about practical work as it is about research. Okay, so we have those three. Now, I said I'll be talking about three perspectives. So I'll start with the very first one. What is the benefit to students, right? Of course, first of all, you get real life experience. But more important than that, the two most important things, in my opinion, for students is A, network. Network, network, network. And I say this as someone who's struggled to get a job before. I say this as someone who has seen how hiring happens. And I say this as a student and the general manager of an organization. Network is everything. And when students go for an internship, they gain access to people that they would not have had otherwise. So not only within the organization, but within the periphery of their work, while they are doing their work, they will meet similar people, different marketing executives. They will go to an organization, maybe to do a sales pitch. They will then meet the HR person of that organization. So in a very practical sense, internships give you a tremendous access to network, to people. In the good old days, we would have taken business cards, and an average internship would have given you at least 7 or 8 viable business cards that you can call at the end of your internship and say, you know, I'm looking now. Remember, we had met. So nice to meet you. So network, most important thing. And again, the second most important thing for students, apart from the practical experience, the academic learning, is visibility. When you are in an organization as an intern, you get noticed, you get a chance to interact with everybody from your direct supervisor to perhaps, if you're fortunate, the owner or the manager of the entire organization. Now, that kind of access is pivotal. It's so important for a student to gain. And having interacted with somebody during your internship allows you the opportunity to feel comfortable in your skin around the general manager, the CEO, things that a very practical experience. Now, the second perspective, of course, is from the employee's perspective. And here, I mean the organization that gives you the internship. There are so many benefits to the organization, especially when the organization has taken the time, as Dr. Sudhir Saran was talking about, especially when they have taken the time to structure their internships well. The benefits to an organization are tremendous. I'll start with the basic stuff. First of all, when you have an intern, your employees, your main employees, for want of a better word, have time to focus on their special plans, their special programs that they need to do, because there is someone taking care of some of the administrative work. And that administrative work helps the students also to understand, because it's important, but not so important as you get into higher management, less important. So the higher management has time to focus on their most important tasks. That's the first thing. The second thing is, we have something called priority C tasks within an organization. Okay, so you have priority A, which is absolutely critical. You have priority B, which is mediocre. And then you have middle important. And then you have C, things that you'd really like to do, things that will add value to your organization, but you just don't have the time to do. So they're not menial tasks. They're really important. They will give you great benefit, but right now you don't have the time or the bandwidth or the people with to do it. So when you hire an intern, again, interns can assist with these tasks that tend to get backward and not get so important. The one thing I have seen most, and what I look forward most when I see students go for internships, and when, of course, we've hired them, is they have an enthusiasm. Students are new, they are learning, they're not jaded, they're not tired. they have an enthusiasm, and they create this enthusiasm and this lively atmosphere in the organization, which really, as an HR person, I can tell you, a good work culture is exponentially important when it comes to productivity. And lastly, and I have seen this in my own organization, and I've seen this in particular with my dad, okay, who is still hiring, we are not at all tech savvy. But you guys, the students, the interns, they know everything. Like if you tell them, I'd like to put a website together, like, yeah, we know how we can do that. And they know which apps there is. There's an app for everything. And most managers don't know this because we're so busy doing the other stuff, right? So there's a tremendous benefit to the organization also. No one's doing anyone any favors here. And lastly, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about the third perspective that I wanted to, which was employment. Now, we've already covered a few statistics, and I think we have the same statistics. What's important to understand here is organizations, 70% of the time, an organization that has hired an intern will offer them a full-time opportunity. And the reason for this is because it gives they know that this intern is already familiar with their organization. So their orientation process is much, much shorter. They're productive so much quicker. They already know the sales routine, or they already know the marketing routine, or they already know the admin tasks. They already know where the photocopier is, where the coffee machine is, where the toilets are, where the canteen is. They know these things, so it's immediately they are much more familiar, and that the first 6 months of an employee's life are the least productive in an organization. But when you have already interned them, you cut that down by half. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is when you go through all of the statistics and you put it down, what it basically tells us is that a student who has completed an internship has about a 20% to 40% advantage over a student that has not done an internship. And I can tell you why. And I'll tell you why from my approach. Okay, and my approach is two-pronged. First of all, before I became a teacher, I was an HR professional. Specifically, I did campus placements. And specifically, I did campus placements for Amazon. So it was, I have seen so many students 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to vie for that position. And I, as a recruiter, as a campus placement person, as an HR person, I can tell you very practical reason why internships are so important. First is there's an advantage of the blocks, right? Starting off, you already have something that works as work experience. So, the gripe, oh, we're freshers, When you've done an internship, you're not freshers. To a recruiter, you have an advantage. Second, again, as a recruiter, I've done so many interviews, and I can tell you that when you've interned as a position in an organization, first of all, any other interview, you've already done it once before. So you're less nervous. You don't get the can't speak, nervousness, shutdown that happens to most people when they go for an interview. But within that organization, the chances that you will ace that interview are much, much higher, because the most important thing in an interview is your knowledge of the organization and your confidence. And of course, as I said, a shorter orientation time. Now, I'll talk about the second aspect of the reason why I think it's so important, and that is as an educator. So I've recently forayed into education. I must tell you, it is one of the most rewarding things I have ever done. Truly, truly blessed to do it. And as an educator, I've seen that students that go for internships, they're actually better students. Like when they come back, they're actually better students because they can apply what I'm saying in theory. They can apply that. And then they are much more able to retain what I am saying and contribute in a class. So even as an educator, when they come back, they raise the bar of my class. So that's fantastic. Like they can give me examples. They can ask me questions. When I'm talking about organizational culture, when I'm talking about all of these things, they're able to say, okay, no, I see how this fits. I see how that fits. So that's one thing. And then they are just more confident. They're just more confident in class, more confident when they go for the next interview, etc. Now, and I understand we're short on time. So at the University of Stirling, right, we realized a couple of things. One, it's not enough to have a placement in education. You've got to make a really good internship happen. You've got to make it good for the student. You've got to make it good for the prospective employer. So under the guidance of Shanti Rajan, she is the Director Institutional Development. She is also Director SQA and heads the PW wing. What we decided to do was to create a credit system. So the credit system, before a student can even apply for an internship. Why? Because we want an internship to be meaningful. Before they can even apply for an internship, they have a system. They get credits by attending online lectures, workshops, training sessions, etc., interview sessions, mock interviews, CVs. When they've acquired enough credits, then they can apply for an internship. And to close the circle of learning, when they come back from their internship, they have to write a report on what they've learned. And we found that when we do this, it is a much more rewarding experience for both the organization and for the student. So I'd like to summarize by saying internships are really, really important. It's important for the employee, which is the student. It's important for the employer, which is the organization. It's important and very, very pertinent when it comes to employment because it gives you a better chance of getting a job. And lastly, it's really important for us as educators and for institutions and universities because better placements, better reputation, and your students do much better, great alumni. So all in all, internships are an extremely, extremely important thing.
Thank you very much, Ms. Jarina Kennedy, for giving your views. And today I was just thinking that instead, in spite of internship, if it would have some product, Ms. Jarina would have pitched that product and sell that product so easily. The way she has pitched, I was thinking, why I am not doing any internship? It is having so many benefits and importance is so much. Really, it's amazing. So thank you very much, Ms. Jaina. No need of summarizing because you have already given all the details. So now I would like to invite my youth guest. And youth guest, I would like to say that now you have heard two very, very important distinguished chief guests, Professor Dr. Sudhisaran and Ms. Jarina Kennedy, and both have given that all the things which anyone would like to know about the internship. Now the choice is yours. Either you can speak 5 minutes of your own, or if you want to ask questions, because I was just thinking whether I should go for this or not, but I found that both are competent, more than competent enough to reply all your queries. So choice is yours. I am calling alphabetically you one by one. Yes. And my first youth guest is, but first you have to introduce yourself, give your name, your college, your class, then college, the city and the country. And then you have a choice. If you want, you just ask a question. I will put a question to one of the chief guests, and then the chief guest, once he will reply or she will reply, I will put to the same question to the other guest if she or he wants to add on something. So it will be like this. So you will get a complete answer for your question. And if you want to speak, then it's up to you. But the total time limit, I will not give more than 5 minutes. And in case if you are asking question, when we can have more rounds of questions. So everyone will get more chances that we can do. I have whatsoever my limited time. So my first youth guest is Mr. Ajay Ranjan. Mr. Ajay Ranjan, you have heard both our chief guests. So please introduce yourself and do you want to ask a question or you want to say something?
I would like to say something, sir.
Yeah,
Good morning, Goel, sir. And my name is Ajay. I'm coming from Ras Al Khaimah. I'm doing my MBA in University of West London in Ras Al Khaimah, UAE. So good morning to and a very warm welcome to one and all present here today. Firstly, I would like to extend my gratitude to the Indo-Gulf Management Organization for conducting this media conference. And I would like to thank my professor, Mr. Mohanlal Agarwal, for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to share on this platform about the point or the importance of internship. Learning occurs at a stage when an individual is able to apply the acquired knowledge to solve real life problems. Hence, practical application is crucial. This is an internship. This is where an internship comes into play. The utmost goal of professional education in B school is to prepare students to excel in their future careers. To face the cut-through competition that exists in the world today, students need to have an ample work experience in the corporate world, which is just valuable as their degree certificates and exam results. Thus, internship always provide enriching experience for candidates and help them achieve an edge over their fellow candidates. And internship is a formal program to provide practical experience for beginners in an occupation or profession. Student interns are able to get an insight into the dealings of a big corporate world that can rouse their curiosities, waken their passion to explore and enhance their classroom learnings. Here I present you all a list of reasons why internships are considered to be an essential part in a student's life or in a professional life. Gain valuable work experience. Interns gets an opportunity to venture beyond their classroom and gain hand-on work experience, making it one of the most important benefits of internship. Improve their various skills. In addition to the work experience, interns also get the opportunity to improve their skills in communication, teamwork, technical skills, problem solving ability, etc. Networking with the various professions of the field. Interns gain an opportunity to work under the guidance of a professional as they are provided with an opportunity to learn from others, ask questions, and impress. Interns should observe and ask the right set of questions to gain most of their training experience. Provides monetary compensation. Many interns are paid, hence they get the opportunity to get work experience and also stand a chance to earn and save money. Improve your CV. Students who put themselves forward for an internship show that they are willing to take responsibilities, hard work, and learn. It adds credibility to their resume. Build confidence. Internship help you to apply all you have learned in a safe environment where mistakes are expected. Lastly, transition into a job. Many companies recruit interns who have performed their duties with integrity and gained a good understanding about the company. It's a way for the company to test out an employee before hiring them. I would like to conclude by saying that internships are foundations in preparing students for the workforce and providing career opportunities after graduation. It equips them with the essential skills that are required in their career ahead. I would like to thank all of you for being patient listeners, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ajay Ranjan, for giving your views. Now, I would like to invite my next youth guest, and she is Miss Bharti Tayal. Miss Bharti Tayal, first you introduce yourself, and then if you want to ask question, you are free to ask, or you want to say something, that choice is yours. Miss Bharti Tayal, please.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Bharti Tayal, and I'm PGDM first year student from Institute of Management Studies, Ghaziabad. First of all, I would like to thank Indo-Gulf Management Association for giving me this opportunity, and obviously Dr. Mohan Lal for considering me as a youth guest for the media conference. Well, I would like to say something. By the time this discussion, we have all known the importance of internship and what internship means, but there are still few points that are left uncovered and that I could really think is relatable to my internship. So these 3 points are: first, the clarity of thoughts; second, the work environment; And third, the maturity. I remember from my first internship that when I was doing it, I was somewhere confused on which career path should I take up on the future. Many of the people, many of the children right now in this environment, like where we do not have to restrict ourselves that which career we have to pursue and what we want to become. We are somewhere struck on the career path that what should we choose. Like we have the option to either take up on our studies seriously or to pursue our passion, and there is where the conflict arises. Well, these kind of internships are a point that help you with the clarity of thoughts, that where you want to be. If you are confused at what you want, be on the real ground, be on the real life skill. And at that point, when you do internship, when you get to know the ups and downs of the internship, at that point of time you get the clarity that whether you want to pursue this for the long term or not. Second was the second was the clarity sorry about the maturity. When you get that first stipend, many a times we prefer those paid internships. So when we get the first stipend, we are like, oh, we are now big enough to earn something. Like from the childhood we are thinking that we are when we are going to be good, immature enough to earn, to help out our parents, and that one stipend, it doesn't matter the value it has, but the feeling it gives you because of the experience you have. And like you go to your parents and you show them that this is my first stipend that I have received, this is from all the hard work that I have given. Third is the work environment. Sometimes what happen is interns are treated very differently in different organizations. So it is about like, I was lucky enough to have a very good experience. Like my employer was a bit harsh. He used to be a bit harsh, and obviously it has to be to teach me that how the work is needed to be done. But whereas the other employees are concerned, they were kind of very warm towards me. They were kind of very welcoming. They were thinking that I am a person who is in the firm only for a temporary period of time, so why not give her the best of the experience that she has. So that was like somewhat very good to my experience, and I really enjoyed it. So these 3 points are something that also determines the internship and how a person could better himself. In the conclusion, I would say that to get the real life exposure, a person must go on for the internship, and he or she must have the real life experience to know where he or she stands in the competent world, because everyone is fighting for the same role somewhere or the other. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Bharti, and you have told your experience. Yes, the employees of any organization will be very happy because two reasons. Interns are not their competitor, so they have no challenge from them for tomorrow, future also. And secondly, the interns are easing their work every day without and the interns are such that if you say something, they will listen. But those who are permanent employee in that organization, they are very tough to deal. So it's always, and employees are always welcoming. The boss is always in a different way because he wants to show that how the boss will be in future also, but their intentions are to teach. And that is very important. Thank you very much, Ms. Bharti Dayal, for giving your views. Now, I would like to invite my next youth guest, and she is Ms. Rasha Ahmed. Ms. Rasha Ahmed, first introduce yourself and then say what you want to say.
Yeah, so good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Mohanlal Agrawal sir and Goel Management Association for giving me this opportunity. So my name is Rasha Ahmed. I'm currently pursuing my MBA in the University of West London, Ras Al Khaimah in UAE. So today I'm going to talk on the topic importance of internship, and I'll be also talking about what is internship, why internship, importance of internship in our real life. So before we jump into the main topic, let me just introduce what is internship. Internship is simple. It is a short-term work experience which is offered by companies or organizations for people, mainly students. It is as much as a learning experience for us. So many students have this on their mind that why internship, is it beneficial for our future career? Yes, it is very helpful and it is very useful too. Internship can help one to gain their valuable work experience and fulfill a college requirement and mainly give you a material to add to a resume. For example, when you attend, an interview for a job, the interview mainly focus on your experience. I'm not saying that education is not important. Education is also very important, and education is always good. But parallelly, you have to make an experience so that it adapts to you. So next is why internship. Internship develops student skill and give them a competitive advantage. So the first skill I'm talking about is through internship, we can gain confidence. Confidence in a person is very important. There are some students who go into an interview for an interview room. They feel very nervous and they will be completely blank and don't know what to say. So gaining confidence through internship will help you a lot. And the next skill is communication skill, which is also a very important skill one should have. So having good communication skill is a fundamental success in many aspects of life. And it can help you from a person to a professional life. For example, while doing an internship, we have to communicate with different companies, members. For all this, communication is very important. So we can develop a communication through this internship. And the next skill is teamwork skill. Internships are professional roles where every team member should work together to fulfill a task. In a company or in an organization, if we get to know to fulfill a task, all the members in our group should work equally and work together for fulfill that particular task. So this skill is very important that we can gain from this internship also. And the next important skill, which is problem solving skill. Problem solving skill, if there is a problem or if there is an issue in a company or in a business organization, the one should have that ability, to evaluate, analyze that particular issue and solve it in a very, handle it in a very good way. So this skill is also a very important skill. And the next is importance of internship in our real life. As I said before, it allows students to develop their skills and knowledge and all. And the best thing about internship is that it teaches the students about the specific industries and companies they are interested in actually. And one importance of internship is that the opportunity to learn more about ourselves. Your internship is, not only encourage your personal development, it helps to understand yourself. For example, your goals and how to achieve their goals. So all these things are very important, which we can gain from this internship. And also the last one, which is networking. Networking means it is the development of relationship that can benefit your internship for a career explosion. By you doing this internship, it gives you more opportunities to build connection with with companies that can be very beneficial for your future career. So with this, I conclude my speech by saying that internship plays an important role in our life to our career. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rasha Ahmed, for giving your views. Now, I would like to invite my next panelist, youth guest, and she is Ms. Suparna Pal.
First of all, thank you so much for this great opportunity to be in a YouTube live podcast. And I'm so much ecstatic to be a part of this colossal organization as well, that is Indo-Gulf Management Association. And I would also I would also like to thank Dr. Mohanlal Agarwal for choosing me as an intern. And for you, sir, thank you to you, sir, as well for choosing me as a part of this great media conference. So, according to me, sir, internship plays a very vital role in everybody's life. And lastly, I would love to ask a question as well. So, to me, internship, as Rasha Ahmed said, that it is a very great platform to enhance our networking skills, professional connections. So I'm an MTech by profession, and now I'm doing PGDM from IMS Ghaziabad also. So earlier also, as Zarina ma'am have also said, as a biotechnologist, you must have enrolled into various kinds of internships. So yeah, according to her, I have enrolled into around 8 internships earlier as well. That too from like various reputed organizations of India, like National Center for Disease Control, Mother Dairy, AIMS New Delhi, and CSIR. I was also a part of CSIR as well. So there I have make very good network and professional connection that they, whenever there is a job opening over there in their company or in their organization, whenever I message them, they quickly give me a reply ASAP. And secondly, talking about corporate readiness, they internship, like they give you a 360-degree arena how to work in this in the field. Thirdly, you might also have a kind of job experience, like I have also 1 year of experience with Delhi government. So in that way, I know that how corporate works, that what are the consequences, what to do and what not to do. Secondly, like I have also done internship in a way that it helps me to achieve my career goals also. Lastly, not lastly, like I have done 7 to 8 internships, so I have also built a very strong resume with good reference and recommendations as well. So I would not elaborate long, and I would not like to stretch along. I would like to end it in a very short way. That is, internship basically foster analytical skills, and it helps us to get into the real life world pragmatically. Now, my question is that if I want to work in B2, if I'm getting an internship in B2C, that is business to consumer, so would it be relevant, like if the company will choose me for B2B, like business to business, like my main focus is business to business, but I am doing internship in business to consumer. So would it be helpful in my future career and my future goals?
Okay, first I will put the question to Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran. Please unmute.
You see, the question can be answered at 2 layers. First is management skills, and they are of 3 types: conceptual skills, people skills, and technical skills.
Yes, sir.
The second layer is real world desirability of B2C internship and a skill transfer quotient to B2B domain. These are the 2 vital issues in your question. Okay, Suparna?
Yes, sir.
Now, you see what the conceptual skills is the possibility where you learn which models that I have learned in my MBA program are relevant here.
You have muted, Dr. San, it's muted. Oh, yeah, yes, now it's okay.
It was my sister calling.
Okay.
So, this is the layer where it is. And therefore, now the final piece of the answer is, if you are intelligently doing your B2C work, the skills and value addition which will happen to you will almost cover, in my personal opinion, 90% of the ground for you getting B2B work. Because only difference will be the technical domain and minor details differences will be there. So organization will give you a lot of preference if you have done B2C with them well for a B2B position. That's my judgment.
Thank you, Professor Dr.
Okay,
Sudhir.
sir, thank you.
Miss Jarina, would you like to add something what Professor Saran has said?
Just one thing, and that is that, when it comes to sales, It's a difficult marketing and sales. I could personally never do it. It's a skill. It's so challenging. But once you gain experience, whether it's B2B, B2C, once you've passed over that threshold, all experience is valuable experience. So that's the only thing I'd like to add.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Jarina, and thank you, Ms. Suparna, for asking question. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Vishal S. Revankar.
Thank you, sir. A very warm good morning to all. Myself, Vishal Revankar. I am currently pursuing my M.Com from Sri Damodar College of Commerce and Economics, Margao, Goa. I am from India. So firstly, I would like to thank Dr. Mohan Agarwal and IGMA for giving me this opportunity. And I'm glad to be a part of this media conference. Firstly, I would like to share my experience, which I have done my internship recently. And even I would like to ask a question. So it will be a brief about this internship. So firstly, internship gave me a hands-on experience. I had personally done my internship with IGMA. So it had given me a internship, like, hands-on experience with this, all those like leadership qualities. And I had gained a lot of skills. There were soft skills, maybe communication skills, leadership skills, social skills. Apart from that, I got even, as earlier, all of my friends have said, that networking. So even I got to know about industrial experts. And even the main thing which I've learned from the internship is time management. As a student, I had to look after the education, as well as when I joined this internship, I get to know like how to balance both those things. The work culture, as you can say, as well as my educational, both academic work. So that was the basic thing which I learned from this internship. And even this helped me in a path like, to career pathway. So whether to go ahead with a similar kind of work, or I had to switch to some other work and I had to decide to some other kind of work. So nextly, even I would like to add, even this had me like a professionalism, which added to me in my distinct personality. I get to learn the professional exposure with the people. And this helped me to build up my personality, because I went into internship, I got a feedback like where I can improve myself, which and definitely this helped my personality as well. Maybe this my communication skills. And lastly, I would also like to add, and this had like this internship had helped me to add add up my resume. Well, as a fresher, it doesn't look good to be keeping your resume blank where the work experience or it's not mentioned. So it got me something that I can add in my resume as well. So that's what from my side. And I would like to add one question to my distinct guest is that, is it worthy to go for an internship or a part-time job? Which one has more worth? So that was most of the question which was asked to me by my friends, and to address it to you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vishal. Ms. Jarina, now you have to reply first.
First of all, do you have to choose? Because if you don't have to choose, don't choose. If you have the opportunity of both, then do both. Internships have a lot of accountability. In the sense that, like I was saying, a well-structured internship has only 25% clerical work. The rest are a combination of organizational desires for you and your learning objectives from the experience. So in that way, there's a lot of accountability. I'll give you a statistic. Facebook, I won't talk specifics. Facebook, Google, Microsoft, and there's one more that I'm forgetting. They all offer like $7,000 a month for an internship. So first of all, if you don't need to choose, don't choose. If you must choose, then look at the quality of the organization. Is it giving you a good internship? Look at the quality of the organization that is offering you a part-time employment, and make the choice for yourself.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Jarina. Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, would you like to add something in that?
Vishal, it is a very hypothetical question, so let me make it practical. If you are going for internship in what Mr. Zarina said, that you are getting one in Facebook or Google or Apple or Microsoft, you are going to get that money. Only thing is, you must be extra gifted coder. You must have command of that competency, demonstrated one, and you will have to pass through the eye of the needle to get those $7,000 per month. But it is worthwhile. Now, if it is part-time work, America has had a wave called Great Resignation, and it has given birth to, boomerang employee. People left thinking the grass is greener on the other side, and then they discovered it is not. So when you are looking for a part-time opportunity, you are more or less like a freelance, professional, and those boomerang employees will be the competition for you. So if you have tailored your internship to cope with what Miss Jarina says, to showcase your competency for which the named companies give you 7,000, go for that one. If you haven't done that one, but you have prepared for the competition with boomerang employees, go for the part-time work. If you have choice of both of them, go pray to the nearest God, your deity, that you are such a fortunate person. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Thank you very much, Ms. Jarina, and thank you very much, Mr. Vishal. Now, I think I must go back to the chief guest, but before that, I also have a question to ask. When the internship is so good and everyone says that it's a wealth, and why not make it compulsory, a rotatory internship like in medical internship, where after completion, in India at least, after completion of 4.5 years of medical studies, they have to do 1 year compulsory internship in different fields of the medical science, then only they will get the degree. As one of the panelists has asked, B2C and B2B, why not this in business also? Should be a compulsory internship in all the departments, whether it's a B2B, B2C, or administration, or marketing, or sales, or HR, and then give the degree. What you say about this, Professor Saran?
I think I'll first let the lady speak. Ladies first.
Okay, Ms. Jarina, please.
So it's a fantastic suggestion. I think internships are extremely important. Slightly different though in the management field than it is in the medical field. Management, because it's very varied. So you have marketing, you have sales, you have HR, you have admin, you have all of these different fields, finance, all of these fields that go together. Again, industry, business management industry, if I can call it that, or the business industry, is not as tied in to management institutions as it should be. So that bond that needs to develop between industry and institutions is still not as strong as it should be. So the employment opportunities for internships, is not as much as it should be. Not that it shouldn't be, that's something to work on. And it's most organizations, most institutions now will insist that you do an internship. We do, most organizations do, most institutions do. But again, it's not as directly linked as it is in the medical field or even when it comes to IT. A lot of opportunities exist and they're direct correlations because everybody knows exactly what they're looking for in an IT field. Whereas when it comes to management, when it comes to the rest of the management fields, it's a little hit and miss. So that's one of the reasons.
But my only reservation is because in medical nowadays, so many fields are there, eye, ENT, lung, chest, then heart, everything different. Like in business management, you have a different department. Professor Saran, please.
You see, I have two key points to mention here. As of today, the curriculum of BBA and MBA has a compulsory internship component in it. You cannot qualify for a degree unless you've done it. But this is more like forcing the student when they are not prepared for it. As I said, the organization has to be prepared, and the educational institutions have to prepare its students. That's the first point. So making it compulsory in medical colleges is very different because they have to deal with live human beings. Unfortunately, we do not treat the business organization like a human body, and therefore the internship here does not get the same importance. The second point which I'm going to say to you is the internship component compulsory, and the way you creatively design it can build an institution. I will give one personal example. I had to design a course for MIT Business School in 1998 with partnership with the University of East London. And it was an international business program. And what I did is, with consultation of the Dean University of East London, I was Dean MIT Business School, we agreed there will be a 6-month paid internship in England. So whatever the students were paying to University of East London, they recovered from that compensation, plus they had their pocket money built there. And result of this is unbelievable number of students registered for program. It created the corpus, which was like adrenaline injected in MIT Business School, from one campus to 40 student status in 1998. Today, you see where MIT Business School is. So that is power of internship. The final point is my own internship, which I mentioned, Rural Penetration Program in 1979. There was no subject in the curriculum of marketing specialization of management schools, including Ahmedabad, which was called rural marketing. Those of you who understand, this was one of unique kinds, no course like rural marketing. So they introduced a new subject based on my boss's work and my modest contribution to that one. So that is the power of internship. So go ahead, make it compulsory.
Okay, thank you very much. But we have seen in like USA, many universities, all the research work in the management also, and they are getting it patented. All these companies are also doing those things. Why not in India also? We have such type of universities where in their own campus, they should do something which is going to be patented and that can be advantageful for the students as well as for the other organizations. Thank you very much. Now, 1.5 minutes each to both the chief guests, Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran. Or you want to give the lady first? Then I have to.
Please,
okay,
please, Miss Jarina.
Miss Jarina Kennedy, your impression about today's media conference and your any advice or anything which you want to give. 1.5 minutes, please.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, Mr. Goel, Professor Sudhir Saran, and to these beautiful, young, talented students over here, Suparna, Bharti, Rasha, Ajay, Vishal. I wish you all the very best. Internships are a wonderful thing. Anything from which you gain knowledge and experience will only help you moving forward in life. May I take this opportunity to thank you all again for this opportunity, and I wish all of you the very, very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jarina. Professor Sudhir Saran.
It was such a godsend that my friend Mohanlal, by staying absent, created an opportunity for us to enjoy this moment. So this is my first reaction. God is kind to all of us. It was such a blessing in disguise. The second one is, I'll ditto Miss Jarina. It is such a pleasure talking to somebody so competent. Our student participants should have benefited a lot and learned from this, the value of networking. Please request Mr. Goel to connect you to Ms. Jarina, to me, if you so please, and stay connected for networking value. The final comment is, the pudding is only as good as the chef makes it. So consider the internship opportunity, not in its rigid structure, but within its potential for what it can do for your career, like it did for mine throughout life. It is like good parents. You cannot choose them, but you can really be blessed if you get a good one on your side. Thank you, Mr. Goel. Thank you, Ms. Jarina. Thank you, young participants. Thank you, Mohanlal, for not being present today.
Okay. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, for giving your views, and thank you very much, Ms. Jarina. So today, viewers, you have seen the importance of internship and the way our youth guest as well as our chief guest, they emphasize and they've given all the things why the internship is important. And all those youths who are watching this show, they should understand that if you will have this practical experience of the internship, or we can say in other ways, we are also like, we have done a program yesterday about holistic education, the experiential learning. Internship is also is somewhat a experiential learning, because you are getting a first-hand experience, and that is very much important. If you are doing BBA, BBM, MBA, any course you are doing, if you are talking of management, I can say in any field of the life, whatsoever you are doing, you require experiential learning, you require internship. Even if you are an MCOM, take an internship, whether paid or unpaid. Go to a bank, go to a financial institution, take that thing. Then only you will be able to success if you want to be a leader, not a follower. Thank you very much. And today's program has been live telecasted by V4 News, Karu News, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, Newsgaon se, Samvad Sarocar News, Bharat Post News, Gyan, as well as it was shown live on Facebook and YouTube. And our endeavor to bring to you every day new topic in media conference with Lal Goel at 10:30 a.m. And tomorrow being Sunday, our topic is we always keep on Sunday some current topic, burning topic. And tomorrow our topic is 23,000 crore scam. You might be knowing there is the biggest scam, mother of all the scams. 23,000 crores have been looted from the banks, Indian banks. And we are going to discuss that, how it is possible without the blessings of some top people. And our panelists are Mr. Ramnath Pradeep, former chairman and managing director, Corporation Bank, Mumbai, Advocate Deo Prakash Singh, managing partner, Mars and Mars Legal Advisors, LLP, and Mr. Nirmalendu Verma, renowned social activist and spokesperson of Bihar Pradesh Congress Committee. So please tune in tomorrow for media conference with Lal Goel at 10:30 a.m. Thank you all the youth guests, and thank you Ms. Jarina Kennedy. I have to give you thanks first, as Professor Saran has told me, and thank you Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, a wild card entry.
Much.
Okay, and thank you of course, thanks to Professor Dr. Mohanlal Agrawal. I'm sure his emergency, whatsoever it is now going to be over soon, and in the next program he will join properly. Thank you very much, and thank you all the viewers for watching our show. I am sure today's program is quite enlightening for all of you, and especially the youths who are watching our show. Please go and talk to your professors, talk to your teachers, the mentors, and see to it you will get a good